So you like me, you saw Scream 7 over the weekend, and you want to nerd out with someone else and talk about how bad it was? What's up everyone, Chris from Cinema Hooked, and today I'm talking about Scream 7. This will be a full spoiler review, talking about anything and everything. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, tune out, go watch that video there, completely spoiler free, just my thoughts on the movie and whether or not you should go see it. So get off of this video, go check out that one. But for those of you who have already seen the movie, or you just want to watch a full spoiler review about a movie you're not planning on seeing, this is the place to be. To my subscribers out there, thanks for tuning into another video. And those of you new to this channel, I'd love it if you smash that subscribe button down there and hit the little like button like the sign there says, and let's jump into today's video. So I'm not going to tiptoe around this subject, I'm just going to put it out right at the forefront of this video. I think that Scream 7 is the worst of the franchise. I was entertained. I enjoyed myself. I had a fun time with the movie with my friends and my wife, but at the end of the day, I think that it was the worst one. It has moments. It's got moments for sure. And I enjoyed myself. It's not like when I saw the Dracula movie recently. You can check that out there if you want to see me just poop all over a film. You know, I did not enjoy myself sitting in that movie. But this one, despite it being the worst of the franchise, just means it's the worst of 7 movies. You know, it doesn't mean it's the worst movie ever. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I paid to see this. It wasn't that at all. I enjoyed myself. But it is the worst entry in my opinion. One thing that was kind of stupid, but I enjoyed it at the same time, it's one of those kind of like double-edged swords, is the Stu stuff. I thought it was stupid, but when they were using it, when Stu was on camera and he's doing like the FaceTime calls, it was funny. I don't know if it was meant to be funny in the way like, because he'd be, oh yeah, Cindy, oh yeah. And I don't know if I was meant to laugh out loud in the theater, but me and others were. It was so stupid, but it was funny. And all I ever ask when I pay money to go see a movie is entertain me. Make me enjoy my time. And that the movie did succeed in that sense. Now in my non-spoiler video, I did give this just a 5 out of 10. I know that sounds terrible, but I mean, it's not a great movie by any means. By no means is it a great movie, but I was entertained. So it got a solid 5, but something that could have made it better, and I don't know the exact answer. This is a very vague answer. I don't know what I would change to do it, but the reveal of the Ghostface killers, this is a spoiler video. The killers, weak, just weak. No tie to the original cast. Two just crazy people. Just crazy people. And it's just like, I didn't care at all. It wasn't some big reveal like, you know, Billy Loomis's mom. It's like, oh damn, that's cool. I never suspected her. Or in Scream 3, you know, it's her half-brother. Like, I didn't see that coming. That's a cool reveal. It might not be very high on my rankings list. You can check out my full Scream franchise rankings, including the 7th film, which you now know is at the bottom of the list. But check out that video if you want to see where I rank all of them. But yeah, the killers, I thought it was just so weak. Such a weak reveal. It's kind of like, oh, I almost kind of wish it was Stu now. Like, maybe they could have actually done something cool with Stu. I don't know how it would have made sense, but it could have been cool. I also was not surprised at all in the theater when early in the film, you know, they get that FaceTime call and we see Stu. I looked at my buddy and I was all, I knew it. I knew he was in this movie. Now, granted, it wasn't actually Stu. It was like a deep fake type thing, but I knew he was going to be in this movie, so it was no shock factor whatsoever to me. It's kind of like, I knew it. And you might wonder how I knew it, but it was literally in the trailer and nobody paid attention to it. It wasn't until a few weeks ago that I went to go see, I think, Iron Lung. You can check out my review right there for that movie. But there's a little clip. It's an audio clip, and I think that's why a lot of people just tuned it out. It's the very end of the trailer. There's no visuals on the screen, so why am I paying attention anymore? But there's a line spoken right here.
This is gonna be fun.
So I heard that and I was like, wait, what the hell? That's Stu. That's Stu. Stu's in this movie. Again, I'm not exactly sure how you could have made sense of Stu being alive. I mean, they were trying to rationalize it in the movie, and I was kind of like, oh, maybe it actually is Stu. But it wasn't, and I thought it was really funny. I told my buddy about that line at the end of the trailer, and I was all, listen to that line and tell me that's not Stu Macher. And he listened to it, and he's like, damn it. He told me, he's all, if Stu is the killer, I'm walking out of that theater. And granted, he didn't walk out of the theater when he got the FaceTime call, but luckily for him, it wasn't Stu. He really didn't like the thought of Stu being alive. And then at the very beginning, when the couple's driving in the car to go to their Airbnb that's, dedicated to the Stab franchise, there's like, they were listening to a podcast where it said like Stu Macher attended like some college. And it's like, no, he's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Enough about the Stu talk. Let's get to some of the newer characters. We had McKenna Grace in this. We had Sidney Prescott's daughter, who kind of looked like the woman who's in the Scrubs series. I'm unfamiliar with her name. We brought Courtney Cox back. Joel McHale, Sidney Prescott's wife. He's like police chief maybe, or sheriff. Not sure on that one. Small town setting, like Woodsboro. The characters, they're okay. They weren't terrible. They brought a lot, not original people back because a lot of the original ones are dead, but we did get the twins from Scream 5 and Scream 6, who I do like, but were really underutilized in this film. But when they were on screen, I was enjoying every little bit of them. I thought there were a lot of good comedic bits in this film, whether they were planned to be funny or they ended up just being funny watching it. As far as kills, stuff like that, really not as violent as past Scream films that we've seen. It did have one of the cooler, more creative kills I've seen in a long time in a horror film, and that was when they're at that pizza bar place that the one girl's parents owned, and it was, the Ghostface killer's son, which I thought, okay, before I get to that kill, I thought that was crazy. This lady's so crazy that her son reminds her of, his jerk dad, her ex-husband, who we find out she killed and went to a loony bin and stuff like that. She killed her son? I get it. Yeah, she was crazy. She was institutionalized, but like, what? You killed your son? But again, I thought the killers were kind of the worst part of this film, so I'm just not going to try and focus on that too much. But that kill with her son, and I'm unsure if it was the mom, because the mom was kind of on the small petite side and just straight up like lifted him up and put his head on that spiked beer tap, which then the beer started coming out of his mouth. I thought that was a really creative kill. I liked that. That was cool. It was graphic. It was gory. Loved it. I guess I kind of got to dive into the Ghostface killers a little bit more. At one point, Sidney and Gail go to a mental institution, and there we meet a guy that at first on screen I was kind of like, that's Preston Meyer from Can't Hardly Wait.
Hey, I got one for you. Remember that time when I was about to talk to that beautiful girl and you started telling me all these asinine stories? Remember that? Huh? No? See, that's funny. Because it just happened!
So I enjoyed seeing him. Was not expecting him to be the killer, although I should have suspected it, as he just kind of looked really creepy. But the rationalization and stuff, I don't know how I didn't see it, because he's like, oh, that's John Doe. Yeah, we found him. He was released a couple weeks ago. That seemed a little too convenient. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that. They actually kind of fooled me. I was like, wait, well, maybe Stu's alive. But it's like, it's kind of the most simplest answers. Good on the movie for kind of making me question myself. But I should have suspected him because he looked creepy as hell. And the last time I saw him in a movie, it was in a horror movie. I'm pretty sure it was Vacancy with, what was that, Kate Beckinsale and Luke Wilson. A decent movie. Not great, not bad, but entertaining. Some of the scenes in the movie were cool. I already mentioned the beer tap kill. I liked the stuff. That theater teacher guy was such a jerk. Such a jerk. I know they tried to kind of make him look a little creepy. They did a zoom in on him when the police and reporters were around. So I was like, I never suspected that guy. He was just a grade A jerk. I could not believe how mean he was being to high school students. And the kill with McKenna Grace, I actually did like that kill too. That one was pretty graphic. Overall, not an extremely gory or graphic movie, but McKenna Grace's kill, that murder was yikes. The way, just dangling there, just helpless and innocent, and then with the knife just going through the whole sternum and the gut, and oh man, that was nasty. And you know what? It's Scream 7. Neve Campbell's been packing heat for 30 years. How is she missing that shot? How is she missing that shot? And I get it, later in the film we realized that one of them had a bulletproof vest on. Okay, I get it. Okay, cool. Headshot? Come on, Sidney. Come on, Sidney. Also, after that kill, you know, the police are taking everyone serious. Oh, Ghostface is back. They take Sydney and her family and the police chief husband, go back to the home. They search the premises. They search the house. Nobody thought, let's check the attic. You know, there's never been a horror movie or anything where someone was hiding in the attic. Never. Nah, let's not check that. They need to fire their asses. And despite me saying it's a 5 out of 10, you know, I did enjoy myself. There were a lot of cool scenes in this film. I thought Sydney's daughter, I haven't seen her in anything else before, but I thought she did a good job in the role. It was really cool. I really liked that I was right about it. Usually I rewatch a whole franchise before going into its newest installment. I didn't do that this time, but when she had that leather jacket, I was all, Scream 2. That's the Scream 2 jacket, and which Sydney confirmed that she wore it in college. Also had that throwback line where, you know, she's like, oh, I didn't know you did theater. And she's like, not since college. Cool character moments, some good scenes, definitely some good laughs. I didn't like, man, they did the boyfriend dirty, right? I mean, I'm not going to go back and rewatch the movie, but how did the daughter, did the boyfriend leave the laptop open and that's when she saw that he was working on the deepfake stuff? Or did she hop into his Jeep with him and then open the laptop to see that he, like, I can't remember how that unfolded, but I'm like, dude, I know she asked you if it's possible, and I get you were trying to be the good boyfriend, you're trying to win your way into the daughter's arms, but maybe not the best time to be making videos where you look like the killer. Then I thought it was really comical how the daughter was like just running through town, getting away. And then all of a sudden, like Ghostface just, oh, well, maybe because there were two killers. But there's that moment where it's like Ghostface just appears like right next to him. We're like, wait, what? What? How did he know where she was going to run? And also, how the hell is he there that quick? And I looked at my buddy, I was like, what is this guy, Michael Myers? I mean, you know, just doesn't matter how much you run, doesn't matter how fast you drive. There he is, just walking towards you slowly and calmly. I'd love to know what you guys thought, though. You know, let me know down in the comments. I'd love to chat with you guys. I reply to everybody in the comments. But did you like it? Did you hate it? Where do you rank it out of the 7 films? I'd love to know. Am I being too harsh on it with the 5 out of 10? Because I liked it, but I mean, you know, it wasn't great. It just wasn't great. I enjoyed myself, but with other films in that franchise that set, you know, kind of a standard, I felt like this was subpar. And, you know, they had to swerve to go this direction after the Barrera stuff. And then you've got Jenna Ortega, who she wasn't going to be doing the movie. So they had to come up with some sort of idea. So like, oh, 30-year anniversary, let's bring back Stu Macher in a way. I don't know. It just kind of seemed like a desperate attempt to just put out a Scream movie. I'll be curious to see how the box office does this weekend, because that's really going to determine if there's going to be a Scream 8. What is terrible for an opening weekend, though, is 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, I know that you know, aggregate score doesn't mean really anything, you know, because there's movies I've liked that have been rotten and there's movies that I've not liked that have been fresh. So that's not really a great telltale sign if a film's, you know, any good or not. Again, I don't think this movie's good. I think it is entertaining. And those are two very different things. Because also on Rotten Tomatoes, you'll see that it's got an audience score of 78%. And if you do watch that other video of mine where it's my non-spoiler review, like I say, like, yes, I do think you should watch the film. I do think you should watch it. And if you're watching this full spoiler video, you probably did watch it. But I enjoyed myself. So I did tell people, hey, like, it's not great. It's a 5 out of 10, but I enjoyed myself. So go see it. Go have fun at the theater this weekend. But let me know what you guys thought. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you like it? Did you not go see it and you just want to watch this review? Let me know down in the comments. I'll reply to everyone. And again, if you're new to this channel, I'd love it so much if you hit that subscribe button down there, hit the little thumbs up button like the sign there says. And like always, let's keep the conversation going after the video ends, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.